Previously on Aberrant, Atomic Youth.
And as you read the message about some sort of disturbance nearby, you'll all hear, and there's a large crashing sound coming from a block or so down.
Hit pause real quick, Israel. We got to go take care of some.
It looks like we've got a really large robot with some drones that's causing all the trouble.
I might have to go toe-to-toe with that thing.
But it's going to come over here and try to squash Schwarzschild.
I invite him to bring it.
I'm seeing something fleeing the area. It's glowing in blue. It may be part of our source.
Is there any weak point I could see on there?
Part of its chest cavity is torn open like a fast food container.
Yep.
Okay, I'll fly into there and start pulling at stuff. Take this,
now,
you un-American robot.
I don't know if the building had something glowing in it and it was just stolen, but I think this thing's going to get away with it.
Can I just stop all signal communication?
But you're absolutely able to shut down all of the communications with all the drones.
I'm going to see if I can lift this robot and fly with it. So I can drop it on the blue thing that's trying to get away.
This is going to actually be a sort of a mixed action. So mixed actions, how they work is you tell me how many actions you kind of want to do. We determine the dice pool for each action, and you roll the lowest and split your successes between all the actions that you're doing.
Okay.
But since you're kind of just moving as in you're flying, you're not gonna have to, there's not gonna be a roll for that, but it is going to affect the difficulty of you like dropping this thing on the drone getting away.
Okay.
You have flight 2.
I have, yes, flight 2.
So I think that means your speed scale is 2 or 3.
Let me look. Dots in flight and aerial maneuvers roll athletics plus dexterity. So yeah, my speed scale is 2.
Your speed scale is 2? Okay. Then it's not faster than you are. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to split your action. So the first one was an athletics. So the first one would be definitely an athletics plus might roll because you're going to pick the robot up.
Yeah.
And what's the roll for aerial stuff that you just read off?
Athletics plus dexterity.
Okay, so what is the lower of the two?
My athletics dexterity pool,
so that
which
was
is
what
5.
you will roll.
Okay. So I will roll 5 dice.
Yeah, and this is to get there and to throw this thing on top of the other drone.
Yeah, I would very much like to grab a couple of points of momentum if we can spare it.
I think we currently have 3 left.
We have 3 left.
Yeah, I have 1 or 2. How much do you want me to give you? You want to give me?
I said 2.
I'm willing to do 2 for this.
Make
Yeah.
it epic.
Yeah.
Okay. So my total dice pool is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh.
Heart of the cards.
Yeah, man. Don't worry, you're strong enough. You're not getting any scale enhancement, but you are strong enough to pick this thing up and carry it.
That's 4 successes.
We think.
Thanks to 2 exploding 10s.
Okay. So that's great. You do that. Liberty Ad. You're inside the cockpit as you feel it being bodily picked up. You're starting to float at tremendous speeds, and then being precededly the entire thing that you're in gets dumped onto this other drone. Please make me a athletics, probably plus dexterity roll, please.
Alrighty.
As you are,
and my mega doesn't count to that, only to the success, right?
It would if it doesn't lower a complication, it lowers the difficulty. So yes, it would apply. You don't roll anything. It just I do it on my end.
I gotcha.
And I'll call out as I'm lifting this thing up and
it's too late, Swart. It's too. Just kidding.
I'll be like, Tony, you better get out of there, man, and I'll just throw the thing.
Modified fastball special.
Okay.
Only first class.
Okay, I got 3.
Yeah, you're able to fly out at the last moment, and you see Schwarzschild sort of chuck the whole robot, and it sort of flails in the middle of the air and just comes crashing down on this drone.
Remember, Schwarzschild, code names in the field.
So this giant robot comes crashing down in the middle of the avenue. It looks like the drone was about to head into Central Park, and it smashes onto the avenue with a giant crash and explosion. And you've got this large debris crater in the middle of let's see here. I actually had the map up. Yeah, a large debris crater right on 57th Street, west of 57th Street. And it looks like you guys have stopped whatever was happening from happening.
Yep. Shortly after that, the little drones have sort of, they're not powered down or anything, but they're kind of just doing the same motion over and over again, and they're not like actively going after anyone, so they're kind of harmless now as long as you don't get right in front of them.
Are the people in uniform still there?
Yes, they are.
Okay. So we're gonna first check on our bleeding teammates. Basically with the thumbs up gesture of everybody okay?
I've got my hand to my head, but I'll return it as I kind of float back down to the ground.
I'll fly over to that blue object.
So when you get there, it's tangled up with all sorts of machinery and robotics. You can see, because it is glowing, you can sort of see it, but you can't get a really good look at it just because there's so much debris. But it's glowing a lot less brightly now. And you do see next to it, there seems to be some like mechanical movement going on, like trying to wrench out from under the wreckage of the big robot.
Okay, I guess I'll prepare to, like, if it tries to get away, to stop it, but I'll use the comms and I'll be like, Waterlily, can you do me a favor? Check on Schwarzschild and then check on the crowd. Make sure no one was hurt. Circuit, can you come over here, please?
On it.
Absolutely. Also, there are some individuals we might want to ask questions of. Their behavior at the event was strange.
When Circuit gets here, I'll be right on it.
I can be scary.
I think you need to help your head there, friend.
How are you
What?
feeling? How are you feeling?
Why is there two of you?
That's a bad sign. Maybe sit for a second.
I'm sleepy. I think I'm gonna take a nap.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, no. It will definitely be the okay. That's more of a concern. In fact, now you're not going to sit down. You're going to come with me for a second.
Okay, so you wanna treat Schwarzschild?
Yes.
Okay,
I would.
roll a medicine roll.
Okay. What would you like with the medicine?
What would you like to use?
Okay, so you'll let me, bid for that.
Sure.
Okay. Honestly, as much as I'd love to go for cutting, it's probably an elect. So
That's fine. Perfectly
Cool.
fine. It's not a tutorially difficult roll. He's actually only lightly hurt.
yeah, no worries. Okay, so the dice roller. There we go. That is 2.
2. Yeah, you bandage him up. He is not healed, but he is definitely going to be on the mends, and you feel much better already.
Okay.
Hey, there's only one of you now.
I'm sure many people are thrilled by that.
You all can hear sirens and stuff in the distance. It looks like the emergencies is finally services are finally arriving.
So, Circuit, are you hopping on Spark and heading over?
Yep. I'm gonna get a better hold on Spark, and we're gonna fly on over to where Liberty Lad
Like I said, there's this big, large, like metal panel, and you see a very badly damaged drone just trying to like pull itself out while it still has one manipulator arm on this blue cylinder. That it's just trying to. It looks like it's not making much headway just because it's damaged and there's a lot of metal on it, but it is like slowly inching itself out of the rubble.
Can I use Spark and telecommunication to see if the robot is getting orders from the same thing that was commanding the other drones earlier?
Yeah, go ahead and actually I want you to make me a technology plus quantum roll on this one.
Okay. That's only 4 dice.
Because it looks like this thing is a higher level of technology, and you're going to need to actually apply your powers directly to it to get anything out of it.
Okay. What do we got? I have a success.
A success. So what you can tell is that this thing is operating off a completely different schema as the other things. If you had to hazard a guess, you'd think it's being directly controlled by a Nova.
Okay, so more like quantum tech than any.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I know I'm familiar with quantum tech.
Mhm.
Okay. Can I shut down the signal?
Not with that roll.
Okay. I've relayed this information to Liberty Lad as well. We should probably just take the item or finish off the robot at this point.
Yeah, why don't you grab that? I'm gonna go check out those strange guys.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just try and take the blue vial from the robot.
Okay, it is under a gigantic metal panel.
Okay. That's easier option. I could just bolt the robot.
You could just bolt the robot, yeah.
Seems like an okay thing. I will do that. I am close enough that my crappy range is fine. So yeah, I will just do that. What am I rolling for that? Oh god. Quantum elemental bolt.
If you're doing just normal quantum attack, it's dexterity plus aim.
Okay. 3, 4, 5. Nothing special there. Okay. One success.
Okay, you send a bolt of electricity into it, you frazzle it, and you hear some sort of like digitized screaming voice coming from it. It says, "You can't stop the future." And then you start to hear a series of beeps that start to get faster and faster and faster.
I'm going to use Spark, but I'm also going to start backing up because I don't like how that sounds. Am I seeing a increase in energy like it's doing a countdown? Yeah.
There's definitely a huge energy spark coming.
Can I get a quick calculation on how much damage, how big the damage range is before I send out a evacuation notice?
What are you doing what action are you prioritizing this moment?
I want to figure out how bad it's going to be with lightning calculator so I can then send out the notification to everybody in the area to get the fuck out.
Okay, give me a technology roll.
Okay.
And with one of your mental attributes.
All right. 5. And Mega Int will help lower.
It will add to scale.
Okay.
Is that right, Matthew? For that kind of yeah.
If you're essentially if you're doing something super mental like that, like you're doing a super calculation.
Payback for all the 10s earlier. 1 success.
Okay, and what does lightning calculator give you?
I believe it allows me to figure shit out
She can
faster.
instantly do mathematical
Okay.
like calculations.
Yeah. So with your you calculate it out. You just sort of like read off the energy spikes. It's probably going to be about a 10-foot blast radius.
Okay, so there's
So,
nobody in the
Yeah.
area.
Other than you,
Okay.
which you are in that blast radius as it is in fact exploding right now.
Yeah, I want to leave, but oh well.
That's why I asked you what your priority was.
Well, yeah, trying to make sure nobody else gets hurt was the priority.
So Scott, because this is blowing up, this adds the last collateral die.
Oh
wait,
my.
this is not kinetic. This is elemental. This is the energy type.
Yeah, but you told me what you were doing.
That's
that's-
fine, but it's radiant energy. I can
It is
absorb
radiant
it.
energy.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not completely fucked.
No, you should be fine. It's
we
very
were
hard
gonna
to
do a
kill
total.
anyone in the system.
We weren't gonna do a total party kill the first game.
Yeah,
Oh
sure,
no,
totally.
that wasn't entirely the plan.
So
That's
you'll
all
need to
happening.
spend hold on, I get a roll read. So you're absorbing the energy.
Yes.
You need to roll quantum plus absorption.
Okay. Do. That is 2. That's 5 dice.
And every success, since it's indirect damage,
Ooh.
Scott, it
Mhm.
will lower the damage you would have taken by 1.
Yeah, but there's also going to be shrapnel on this one because there's so much metal around, so it's not entirely energy based.
That's fine.
Understood. Okay, that is 3 successes.
So how much damage did you want, Scott?
I would say it would do with that. It would do at least one more physical damage to her.
Okay, so you just
Okay.
take 1 injury.
All right, no worries. That leg is not looking good. It'll be fine.
Nope. Yeah, you take it. And unfortunately, the blast is not super big, but just the when Schwarzschild like launched the robot down, he must have done it with a lot of force, and this explosion sort of like just weakened the area, and there's a huge thunk as the entire remains of the robot goes through the street and into like the
damn it.
sewers below, essentially, and cracks start forming along the road. I'm gonna make a collateral pool roll, which successes will then be applied to things and building and people.
Don't worry, there's no major subway station under 5708.
Oh
Oh.
shit!
Well, no, he said it hit the sewer first.
Well, I didn't know there was a subway, but so thank you for that.
This will make the story better. All the dead people on the subway.
You all Circuit, you kind of see this even when the shrapnel hits you like in your chest.
Mhm.
It all falls in. There are these cracks, and everyone hears this big thud. And part of the like a block in either direction just goes dark. All of the lights go out, and you hear some people screaming and like yelling like they're in pain.
So back over at the building, Liberty Lad, you're approaching these men in suits, and they are like in an intense argument with each other. It seems to be at your first approximation, they're like talking business speak, like high speed to each other about like insurance payoffs. Like, is this gonna get covered? How much return can we get from this? They seem to be just like business splaining to each other at a rapid rate when as you approach them.
Yes, I will float down in my heroic way and say, "Excuse me, guys. I have a lot of questions, and I kind of need those answers right now. If you could just give me your attention."
They all turn right to you. It's like, oh, it's Liberty Lad. Thank
Hey,
you for your help, Liberty Lad. This is things would have gotten a lot worse if you and your friends hadn't intervened. This is a
I bet.
disaster.
Yeah, it is. What happened? What are you guys making? Who do you work for?
We work for the. This is our building. We were having it built by this experimental new drone and robot system, and it went haywire.
Interesting. And can you give me all the information on this project? Specifically, who would have known like how to send those signals to the big cool robot?
We can certainly. I'm certain that we'll be hearing from Project Utopia regarding that. We can send it through to the legal team.
Or you can send it to both of us. I think that'd be awesome.
They all just kind of like share a look and says like, "We really thank you for your help, Liberty Lad, but we're going to really have to route this through our lawyers."
Can I use either? Can I make a roll?
Sure,
of
yeah, you
either
can make
using
it.
my presence or even the compelling presence?
Yeah, you can
or-
try and compel these people to talk to tell you stuff.
Yes, I would like to do that. I would like to do that so hard. Hey, you guys really want to like me? Would it be?
It's a roll. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm looking at.
You got to look under compelling presence.
Can I just use like a normal?
Yeah, sure. You can roll persuasion.
Hell yeah. Can I use persuasion presence?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
I mean, heck
but,
yeah.
But even if you roll really well, that doesn't necessarily mean they have to do what you tell them to do. Compelling presence says you have to do this.
I was going to use it as I was going to use it as a backup, but
Yeah, you can just try and charm them mundanely.
It's up to you. It's whatever you want to do.
Why don't we just do, since this is a cool superhero story, why don't we just use that?
Sure.
So I'll use a compelling presence then. Are they unwilling targets?
They are unwilling targets. They do not want to tell them.
Bitches.
They don't want to tell a kid superhero all their business stuff.
I'm a young adult.
I'll figure out their integrity plus presence.
Okay, let me spend a Q point.
Yep.
And I do it's quantum presence, correct? But it does. But
Yeah.
the 2 mega points don't count.
Yeah, the quantum presence, and then your mega presence will add to scale against them, which is already 2 because these are normal people.
Okay. 7.
They roll really well though. But you're probably still gonna beat them.
Shut up! Don't jinx me. Okay, I got 1 exploding 10. So let me please be more 10s. Can't believe I only rolled 1 success with a 7.
But all you need is 1 success.
Okay, I got 1 success.
All right, so actually you beat them with your scale because you're so what would you say this is, minor or major, Scott?
I was beat them with my fists if they didn't answer me.
Oh no. This is all things being equal, this is fairly minor.
Okay, so yeah, they definitely have to tell them.
Yeah. Well, we're a military contracting firm, and this was going to be one of our research buildings, at least the lower levels were, and then just normal office spaces above that. Yeah.
Do you have a name?
Yeah. Balance Industries.
Okay, I'll file this away in my brain. All the pertinent information. They're tax code, so you can find the actual all that.
Sure. And it's around this time that you hear the explosion.
The explosion.
Yep,
Okay.
there's an explosion.
Stay safe, guys.
Yeah, all the baselines sort of jerk and like move around because the ground slightly shifts.
And Waterlily and Schwarzschild, what would you two be up to? Obviously, you're patching him up, but what else would you guys be up to prior to the big boom?
I think if Liberty Lad's gone to investigate the business, then at that point it's just again seeing if everybody else in the area is okay. Once we've sorted out that Schwarzschild is okay. Yeah, you got everyone out of the area of danger, just in the nick of time. So no one else seems to be injured. Okay. Then yeah, you do a quick roundup, you confirm that, and everything seems to be fine. And then you hear the boom. Until it isn't.
Yep.
Okay. And so she'll just basically, cast this look that is, eyebrows up and concern to Schwarzschild, and then start heading that direction.
I'll snag you and do sort of a leap over towards where the blast was.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you kind of go over there. As I said, there's now a crater where the robot was. Like everything has fallen down. You've definitely hit part of a water main because water is coming up, and probably power because half like a block in any direction is powered down. The real danger, the lot of thing is some pedestrians, cars have hit each other fairly minorly, but you do see one sort of ambulance sort of got careened and went into a side of a building during an intersection on their way to where you guys were.
And Circuit has pieces of metal sticking out.
Yes, she is actively
I'm about
bleeding.
to say, am I in the hole or am I still?
No, you are out of the hole barely. Like
You
you're
got
on the
flung
edge
out of the hole by the
Yep.
explosion.
Okay.
Oh, don't look so sad, Circuit.
So so there's a lot of chaos around. I'm assuming everyone heads towards the source of the explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. So what is everyone doing?
I'll try to kind of tell cars to kind of move out of the way so that the ambulance can make way. I guess clear a path for the ambulance.
Okay. Sure, totally.
Make sure the ambulance drivers are okay while going. So I'll be doing that while everyone else is.
Yep. What else?
Go.
Okay. Yeah, I want to get to the blue vial out of the. So I guess I'm gonna jump down into or hold on to Spark and go down into the hole.
Circuit, you are bleeding. Is this this is the plan? Okay.
I imagine she doesn't really give you guys much of a chance to argue. Like as soon as she realizes what's going on, she
just to let
grabs
you know,
it and just goes.
So just to let you know, you're don't have another bruise. You have another injured because you only have 3 health levels.
Oh, okay.
So you're actually fairly injured. Just to let you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I misunderstood all those blocks.
Those boxes are just extra boxes just in case you need them. You actually only have 3 health levels, like a normal person.
Well,
do you want to tell me to go down into the hole? Because I'll go in the hole if you need me to go in the hole.
You will probably see her attempt to, but it's just like
quote.
The blue vial is still down there.
As you guys are having this back and forth, right next to you, a sort of a circle of light about 10 feet in diameter opens up, and a very recognizable red-haired young woman steps out, being flanked by about a dozen people in like hazmat suits and like one guy in like a power lifter exoskeleton. As Jennifer Landers Slider says, "Kids, we have it from here. Get back to base." And she like indicates the portal.
Okay.
Yes. She points to you, Circuit. You get the hell in there right now.
On it.
Come on. And Lily will basically help Circuit to move and get out of here. Come on.
Slider, I can still help. I mean, I can. We got this.
Pax is coming in. He wants to talk to you.
Oh, at that, then I immediately. Oh, great! Great to see him. And I'll go into the thing.
Yes.
Portal.
Okay.
Face for a while.
Yeah, I'll head on through the portal too. I'll give one last look down the hole. There's a glowing blue thing down there.
We'll take care of it.
Be careful. All right.
It's okay. We got this handled.
See all the hazmat suit guys sort of immediately start surrounding the hole and like coordinating off the area before the portal collapses.
So you guys return to the portal to the Project Utopia headquarters in New York, which is at the building of a failed politician from about a decade or so ago. He after his empire collapsed, Project Utopia was able to get most of his holding, including this large tower that's been completely refurbished. And you enter into sort of like the ready room for the Team Tomorrow operations. there are you are immediately swamped by medical professionals who start going over circuit your injuries with like biogel and like regeneration healing matrix. Schwarzschild, you get checked out pretty quickly as well. They reinforce the bandages on your head. And you guys are given like water, some food. Guys are basically tended to for about 15 minutes before anything else happens, and saying just wait here. We've heard that Pax is incoming, and he wants to talk to you about what happened as well as a few other things. And you guys are
Alright.
left
Okay.
to your own devices for a few minutes.
Circuit, y'all okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. So before that thing went off, it said you can't stop the future. I don't know if Spark actually got all that recorded, but I'm sorry.
Was it a drone or did I crush somebody?
Oh no, it was a drone, but it's being controlled remotely, like all of them were before. Yeah, so I wasn't able to do anything more than block it, but I couldn't stop that one. I just made sure nobody else was gonna get hurt.
You did plenty, and you don't have to follow the technology down the hole. You know that.
Yeah, but obviously it's something important if that's what this whole thing was about.
Right, and it can be retrieved. You still have to take care of yourself. We don't get to be real. I was going to say real heroes. That's not fair. We don't get to be the big team if we don't make it that far. You have to be sensible.
Circuit, I appreciate what you did, and I appreciate you putting yourself in danger. I just hope you don't do it again.
I didn't want to be at the center of another explosion.
Okay. You did good though. You stopped the drone. Good job.
I think when Pax gets here, we need to remind him that if he's upset, which hopefully he won't be, because we did a great job, that if we weren't there, things would have been way worse. And that's also something we need to start telling our fans as well, so that people know that it's this company, this Balance Industries, that really messed up. And I think we should try to investigate them further.
Yeah, what was the deal with him?
Industries.
There's some sort of military contractor, and I'll relay all the stuff that they said. And that's what they said to me.
Huh.
But you said they was talking about insurance before they got here? Before like you rolled up and talked to them?
Pretty much.
That does mean the device that was being stolen is likely part of that industry, but I'm confused why it would be on site already if the building's not actually occupied or in use.
They're trying to make a new, they're trying to build a new, they're trying to use a new technology with those robots to try to build or for construction. I think, Circuit, when you're feeling better, that might be something you could try to search about or find out about, discover.
Oh no, definitely. And she kind of motions down for Spark so she could start doing like a basic search for like Balance Industries, and hopefully Utopia will bring back some of those drones, or at least the main one that's hopefully not in the subway now.
That was so much damage.
Sorry.
Oh no. I'm glad you're okay. It looked like you were about to get a drill through your head for a second.
I mean, yeah, but yeah.
Okay.
That was
I
pretty
was
intense.
that was not comfortable, I will say.
How are you feeling?
I'm gonna have a headache, but I think I'll be all right.
Good. Okay.
What you were saying, Tony, about or was it you, Lily, about the building maybe not being done? Maybe part of it was like science lab in the basement, something like that.
Okay. I mean, I can understand why a building that looks like it's not completed would work for purposes of subterfuge if you're doing work on the bottom levels, or at least some sort of smoke screen. But again, I don't want to jump to the assumption that they're that they're the wrongdoers in this. It's just we don't have enough data right now.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want to run with any assumption that we did anything wrong. I just want to know what steps are in place now. What's
Oh,
done is
man.
done.
If anybody says we did wrong, then they got some explaining to do, because we got an alert to go deal with the problem, and giant robot tearing crap down. Problem dealt with, like, yeah.
Yeah, and no one got hurt. I mean, we except us, but that's part of the job.
And the people in the cars in the subway.
Yeah.
So as you guys are sort of like shooting, comparing notes and going over your stories and whatnot, eventually the sort of the big sliding doors come in, and a small group of people. First and most noticeable is Cestus Pax, in his U-fiber uniform and shiny bald head. Comes in and just sort of like assesses all of you real quick. He points to some of the other guys to start working on some of the reports that have been starting to be generated regarding this. At his side is someone you think is probably around you guys' age. They're wearing a very Spartan. It's more like a polo shirt and jeans get up, but it is branded with the Team Tomorrow insignia and color branding. They have like thick glasses that are kind of also more closer to goggles, and sort of very short cropped hair. And he says, and Pax says, is everyone all right?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay, good. Well, we have a lot of things to go over. And he sort of indicates one of the other baselines comes in. This is Alexander. And he's going to debrief you. I am mainly here to monitor things going on with the aftermath. I will be available, but he's going to take care of things from now on. But I also want to introduce you to a new addition to your team. And he indicates the person next to them. This is Tensor. And they are not going to be assigned to any field operations or media appearances, but for logistical purposes, we are putting them in your class just to have a place for them to be. Their powers are very, I don't really understand what their powers are. They're really useful in high-grade quantum physics research. And as you can tell, they are not too terribly interested in being talkative or introducing themselves. So I'm handling that for them. But they'll be shacking up with you. So get used to it. But yeah, Alexander, why don't you take it from here?
Yes, thank you. The gentleman who speaks comes out from behind sort of Pax. He's shorter than Pax. He's older. He is red-haired with a little bit of gray. He is in a very, very nice suit. Not flashy, but definitely well tailored. He's got a clipboard with also some files under his arm, and he comes up and goes, "Oh, hello. My name is Alexander Weathers. You can call me Alex, please."
Hey, Alex.
As I have gone over the preliminaries, and I'm glad that no one was too seriously harmed. Circuit, are you all right?
Fun.
And it was Tensor, is that right, Mr. Pax?
Yes, that's what they like to go by.
Tensor, everyone, please have a seat. There's going to be a couple things that we need to go over.
Yeah, Pax heads off to talk to some of the more administrative types, and Tensor joins you on the little couch area that you guys have been accorded.
Please, first, and I do apologize for this. This is going to take a few moments, and he he goes through his files, and what you thought were just like pieces of paper are actually like really thin tablets, and he hands one to each of you. He's like, first, unfortunately, we need you all to sort of give a brief description of the events as you recall them for our records. Could you please do that for me?
Sure.
Yeah, and after so many minutes of you kind of going and typing and sort of signing what you did, he collects them up from all of you. Very good. Thank you very much. I appreciate this. First, does anyone need anything before we get started?
No, thank you.
Oh, excellent, excellent, excellent. So, uh, uh, my main job here is to be a liaison of sorts, a helper, if you will. Um, we here at Utopia are strive to make every part of Utopia better, and that includes you. Which means some of my responsibilities, some of my duties require that I review actions, especially after stressful situations, just like you encountered. Um, and we go over them, we talk about them, and we see how we can improve. So please note when I have anything, I'm not judging you. I am merely uh, trying to elevate you to a better place, so that if there are any weaknesses, those can be shored up. Do you understand?
I do.
Excellent,
Yes, sir.
excellent. Thank you. Good, good. So, um, what I like to do sometimes is start off by sort of giving your perspective on a few things. Um, I understand, Circuit, you were obviously seriously injured towards the end. Do you recall uh, what led up to that, and where do you think you may have faltered?
Uh, when I was trying to remove the blue vial, I realized it wasn't something that I could physically lift, so I uh, sent a bolt of electricity through in the hopes that it would loosen the drone's grip on it. And that apparently activated something. And I, instead of immediately trying to get out of the situation, I instead was trying to make sure that no other bystanders were going to be in the blast. And by the
That's
time I was finished with my calculations, it was blast time.
understood. Thank you. Does anyone understand what may have been a better course of action for Circuit to take in this instance?
If the situation circuit was the bot still pinned down, or was it getting free?
It was slowly trying to get its way free.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
this device, this drone that you report, was it injured? Was it damaged?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Understood. All right.
And
Um,
the time priority may have allowed for backup to have arrived.
Possible. Possible. I will commend that. I believe, Circuit, you did right by at least attempting to assess the situation so that other people's lives were not put in jeopardy. That is to be lauded. So don't think that you did the wrong thing there. Just that maybe a modification of action is needed so as to make things more efficient for not just other people but yourself. We could may have avoided your injury.
Understood.
Hmm. Hmm. Um, uh, Schwarzschild. Sorry, Levon. I apologize. I like to try to use your actual birth names whenever possible.
Leave on.
Levon. Sorry,
Leave on.
Levon. No, Levon. Understood. You did very well against the very large, heavily armored uh, construction robot, as it were, or they're calling it a drone. We're not exactly sure of its designation at this time. Um, you were also harmed, but that was mostly due to your intercession. Why exactly did you feel compelled to pick up the drone, the large drone, and descend it hurtling into the concrete?
Uh, Killing two birds with one stone, I suppose. I didn't want the other drone running away to get away, so I reckon why not solve one problem with the other.
Understood. Very smart, quick thinking. That is very good for someone of your station to have. However, it had some unforeseen consequences. It seemed that underneath that roadway, there was a main power line, water and sewage distribution, and due to some faulty infrastructure that we are now aware of, had some consequences in the road itself, causing multiple vehicle accidents. Um, so I will turn it to the others. In this instance, what may have been a better course of action for Levon to have taken?
I think Levon, maybe he could have just tried to keep it where it was, but you have to understand, our friend was hurt. So, I kind of, understand what he did.
Oh,
And I'm
again,
sure he'll learn in the future.
oh, please, absolutely. I understand he did absolutely the best he can be, but we here at Utopia are always striving to be better. We have to do better. The world depends on it, and because of that, we need to learn from our mistakes. Again, I'm not trying to admonish Levon for his actions, but there may have been a wiser course of action given the situation. This is a learning experience. Um, Anyone else? Well, then we shall move on. Levon, in the future, due to your strength and durability, containment may have been a better course of action, though you were still effective in dismantling and disabling that rogue piece of machinery.
I reckon I should have stayed with it.
All right.
Won't
Um,
happen again.
We should hope not. I understand. I've been doing this for a few years now. I understand that in being in one of these teams is very stressful for all of you. It is a lot of excitement, a lot of danger, and the unexpected can happen at any moment's notice. Well, just like Circuit didn't know that drone was going to explode. She had no way of knowing, but it was a consequence of her actions. Um, but so we do give some leeway, but it is good to learn and to know so that we may do better. Liberty Lad, we'll go with you. I will say that your ability of coordination was very admirable, and your ability and your willingness to go into the maw of danger inside the machine was again laudable. What was there anything that everyone else can assess from Lurad's actions that may have improved the efficiency of the team or may him put him at a better use in the situation that you were all in?
I mean, he was of assistance to Schwarzschild.
Hmm.
Levon. He went to help Levon when the robot attack caused the initial injury.
Hmm. Okay. 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 Anyone
Um,
else?
he could have tried to go after the running drone rather than um, not.
I asked him not to. That's on me.
Oh, noted. And he makes a little note down on the pad, on his own personal pad. Yes, it did. Was from preliminary assessment. Waterlily, you went after the drone first, correct?
I
The
did.
one that. However, your competencies don't lie in speed; they lie in crowd control, which you did admirably. But your ability to pursue was greatly diminished compared to the velocity of this stealth drone, as it were.
Correct.
Hmm.
Between the two of us, I was more concerned for Levon and thought that as I don't have the physical attributes for the fight, that Liberty Lad would be able to assist him more. I was concerned that it would escalate.
Understood. Um, So, does anyone have any more comments about Liberty Lad's assessment? I have one personal, but I'll wait till the end.
I mean, again, I don't think he he helped me out in the fight, and that was valuable. So
No.
he-
I'm not devaluing his assistance at all, but we could always do better, as I've said. My only assessment, Liberty Lad, is since your abilities of crowd control and manipulation, very similar to Virginia's, is quite admirable. You should have first maybe assessed the situation and gotten the people out as quickly as possible. I understand it may not be possible all the time, but between Virginia and your abilities, you should have had those humans, have those people out of the threat area much more quickly. So keep that in mind in the future.
Of course.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then Virginia, we've already gone over a few of the things that you've already very wisely understood may have made things a little inefficient as far as the surrounding and cordoning off of the area. Does anyone have any comments about Virginia's actions or lack thereof in this situation?
I
I
mean,
don't think there was a lack thereof. She immediately went on to get everybody away when the drones started attacking and to get the bystanders in a safe area.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is that everyone else's assessment as well?
I mean, yeah. Aside from what we mentioned earlier,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, very good, very good. He goes and puts a few more notes on his pad. Again, this isn't a condemnation of your performance. This is just merely keeping things professional and keeping things, refining things over and over again, so we can make sure that any problems can be corrected in the future. He stands up and says, now, I know you all have had a very exciting day. We've already been able to clear most of your schedule, so feel free to relax. And if there's anything you need, feel free to ask me, and I will be happy to provide what I can. Because we are
Hey,
here to
Alexander.
support you.
I
What?
have a question.
Sure.
Whose idea was it to have that Israel reporter here today?
I don't know. But I can look into that. That was not my direct department. I apologize. I handle
You
a
should
lot
also
of.
look in. He'll interrupt. You should also look into what kind of questions they'll ask, just so that I'm prepared and I don't look stupid. Because if I
Yes.
look stupid, then the rest of the group looks stupid, and then Project Utopia looks stupid, and by extension, you look stupid. Okay? Cool.
Anthony, it's
Understood. Thank you very much. I will make a note of it. We will look into the approval process of reporters. Again, this
Or at
will.
least give me a heads up. I'm happy to be a team player.
We know you are, Liberty Lad. Anthony.
Either way works. And then he'll
Understood.
sit back down.
Okay. Is there anything else that I can help you all with?
you do this with the Pax and Slider and Bender and all them too.
Yes, I have. They have their own attaches, as it were, depending on our schedule and rotation. Yes.
What's the last thing they did wrong?
Slider accidentally. She moved a group of people out of danger, which was good, but but she did not move them far enough, and they still suffered the consequences of the earthquake that was currently that she was saving them from.
All right. Well, thanks.
Understood. Please, I understand that this can feel harsh, especially coming from someone of my station. Unfortunately, you all have been given a tremendous opportunity and responsibility. We know you are not perfect for all your powers and abilities, but we have to try to do our best. I must do my best. We all must do our best where we can. And sometimes that means facing the harsh reality of our own imperfections. We are all human after all, so we need to remember that. But we always need to be better. Because Utopia is here for the world.
Thank you.
No problem. Anything else?
Reckon that's all. Thank you.
Have a good rest of your day. Please rest, relax, heal up.
Will
And
do.
he departs.
Pax comes by for just a moment, just sort of kind of gives you guys a thumbs up. Guys went through the ringer there. We all do it. It's all part of the job. We're all accountable to our organization here. Just maybe something to get used to. Take it on the chin here and there. But I got to get going. There's a tsunami over in Ethiopia, so I got to go punch that. So yeah, last minute. Anything for me?
No, good luck.
No, sir.
Have you ever heard of Balance Industries?
Yeah. I think they work for the military. They're good folks.
Cool, interesting. I'm gonna check them out. Thanks,
Right, I
Pat.
gotta go punch a tidal wave. And he heads out, and you see a couple moments later, you see him flying past the windows.
So,
You are left to
Is
your own
Tensor,
devices.
is Tensor still in the room?
Yeah, Tensor's still with you. They actually stand up and say, "So, they said you guys have a penthouse or a suite or something.
yeah,
Yeah, make yourself at home.
Yeah, can you
You're part of the
guys
team now.
show me where that is?"
sure. Also, pizza party? Pizza party? Pizza party? Pizza party?
I like pizza. And that's where we'll end it this week. Tune in next time to see where things go from here on Aberrant Atomic Youth. Don't forget to follow the characters on Twitter to see more of the story, and follow Simulacra RPGs for updates on the show and the channel. If you'd like to support the show, you can subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels at Simulacra TV, but the best way is to go to patreon.com/Simulacra Studios and become a patron. A big thanks to our $5 and up patrons. You keep the story going, and we couldn't do it without you. Until next time, remember, your legacy is our future.